Welcome to our nail art tutorial. This is 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧. Our lesson today features all nail art products from www.𝙤𝙧𝙧shop. So today, I'm guiding you through a fantasy island theme. Some fingers are easy and some fingers are tricky. It is a layer design with minor drawing skill. We're going to work mainly with pigment, contouring, and color isolation. But before we start it, if you haven't joined yet, this is a WhatsApp group that you can join to alert free from us. And you can also join Instagram broadcast channel right here. And you also will get the same alert from us. Every time that we go on live stream, we go on these two groups to alert everybody. Also, every time that we have sale or every time we release mystery box, we also gonna alert everyone from these two platforms too. And this is our YouTube. Every time that we just done our live, we upload this to YouTube so you can rewatch anytime. Also, will be uploaded to Instagram right after we go live. Let me monitor Tara. Hi, Tara. Okay, let me connect my account. Okay. They already moderate you? Okay, yes, I did. All right. Let's go in here. Hi, everyone. I will you be at ABS show in Chicago? Not this year, Vanessa. Not ABS. Very unlikely that we will attend ABS again. Right now, we are involved with Premiere and we involved with IBS. And with Nail Pro, but Nail Pro is not showing up this year. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm ready. Let's zoom out. Okay, so let me grab a finger here. Yes, Vanessa, closest to Chicago probably will be Columbus. We go into Columbus also for premiere. Go ahead and turn down the volume. So first, I am going to give the nail all black background. So I'm going to use jet black for this. This is what? Oh, this is sheer black. I want jet black. All right. This is what we're going to use jet black today. And paint over the whole nails. Good morning, Tanya. This is good evening to me. It's 6 o'clock. Okay. Just a thin coat on. All right, we're going to cure this. I love your work when you be in California, LA. Oh, you miss me, Gina. You miss me. I was in LA premiere Anaheim about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago. You miss me. Oh, okay, remember, follow this group. Whenever I go somewhere, I'll tell you to this group. And this group, Votino Official, I also will alert you. But yeah, you miss me. I taught so many techniques in Anaheim. This set is amazing. Thank you, Dragonfly ladies. Hi, Medorados. Thank you. Okay, so this is done curing. We are going to proceed with the next step. You see the dolphin right here. It have like this sky where it's like all galaxy and smoky right there. We're going to do that sky. This is a ring finger. So we're going to do another dolphin. Just like this. Facing at it. Okay. So, with that done, we have to use blooming gel for the sky. So this is what we're going to use next. And we're going to take out some white paint. I'm using Pigment Base so we can distribute it up on top of the wet blooming gel so it can bleed out. Diva say, try my first Galaxy nails tonight. Not bad for my first attempt. Good. Just the first attempt. Keep going. Going second time, the third time. The more you do, the better you get. However, when you succeed, you cannot stop there because if you stop there, you'll forget. Let me go ahead and pin my website. Sorry, I forgot. Thank you, Abby. Website is www.tinovo.shop. Now, take our palette. Take some of the pigment base out. Okay, now I'm gonna take blooming gels and apply one layer. Just a thin application. Because one thing about blooming gel is you're going to add gel into it. Like gel colors, gel polish, you're going to add into it. So it needs to be thin because we're going to add more. So you don't want it to be like a moderate top coat layer. Then when you add gel, it's going to be drippy. You don't want that. So just really thin. It doesn't affect the bloom. The bloom is really fast. Quite amazing actually. So don't be shy with, don't be greedy with the amount of gel you put on. Just very thin layer. That should be good enough. Then I'm going to put some gel, white gel on. Pigment base. I need a brush. I would choose 10 millimeters for convenience. But any brush would do for this. Tina, how much will you charge for a set like this? I never know how to charge my price for my client. You charge per hour. So, for a set like this, if I'm in Missouri, I would charge about $300 for the set. But if I'm in West Coast or East Coast, I would charge about $500. So it depends on the location and your customer, or it depends on your name. So if you average, then you probably charge $200 instead of $300. Also, whenever you get stuck on pricing, you monitor your price on acrylic, because acrylic, if you spend an hour and you make about, let's say about $80 an hour for acrylic, because you know your timing accordingly when you do acrylic. Some people spend an hour, some people spend 1.5 hours. So you already know your time and price. So you calculate from it. If a nail art set take you 2 hours, then you charge $120. If you make $60, or you charge about $160 if you make $80. It depends. Okay. The smoke right here, it's going to start right in the middle of the nail, and it's going to go up. So from here, going down to about right here, that's when the smoke stops. You might want to go past it just a little bit, just to make sure that you don't miss it. Okay. Just like that. And then you just wait. See how fast it's blooming? That is blooming gel. It's blooming really fast. I only use it for abstract look like this. For a more structured look, I would use 3D jelly for more of a control bloom. But this is like Smoking Galaxy, so I need blooming gel because it make it prettier. Split out like crazy, like cloud. So we're gonna cure that. 60-second cure, and then we'll continue with the ink. Hi Sharon Zamudio. Hi Cindy. Okay, we're done with Jet Black. That's the background. Okay, so next we have a white ink. Okay, this is what we're using, white ink. Make sure you shake it up evenly. Hi, Yukio. Hey, Ada. Okay. Take this out. Now we have that. So what we want, we already have the brightness. That's why I'm using blooming gel and white gel, because it's bright right in here. Now what we want to create is this smoke vein. You see this vein, this smoky wood. It's very difficult to make it with gel. It's elusive, it's abstract. So we're gonna use ink. This is my white ink. It has pigment and dye into it. It's very prominent in the dark. We already shake it up. So we're gonna open it. And when you open, you can do this. That's also stirred it up too. Now when you put your nail on here, I don't want you to run and then stop like that. I want you to run and then you keep running. You can go back. But you keep your ink right on the surface. You don't lift it and let it go like that. So that is how we're gonna do that with ink. Slow. The slower, the more better it's gonna look. Let's see. And then I'm gonna go back just so it can make some more vein. See that? Just like that. Go over here. A little bit more over here. Okay. Whenever you're happy with it, take it out. And we're gonna put pigment into it. So you have to let it air dry because this is dry by air. So you put it down and just wait for it. And while we're waiting, we are taking out our neon pigment set. Glow in this. Where did your inspiration come from? So this right here, I'm inspired by another one of my sets. I did this galaxy set and it's beautiful. And I want to make a dolphin. I love dolphin. I want to make a dolphin. So I decided the background shouldn't be crazy like this. This is crazy. So I want a smoother background. That's why I decided to add the ocean in here. It's nice and smooth so my dolphin can stand out on it. And the pigment inspired me. Let me show you. So this right here, this is my neon pigment set, and this inspired me. I love everything about this. I love the brightness. I love the feel of it. I love the smoothness, and you can see that right here, all nice and vibrant. So it's a multiple inspiration come from animals and art and colors and space. Multiple points of inspiration. Thank you, Nail by Lang. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take out my neon. The color that I would choose would be blue. It would be pink and the hot pink. I have 3 types. This is number 3, right, Tara? This is a hot pink. And then I would choose and tangerine. Right here, tangerine. And then after the tangerine, I will take out yellow. So that would be the 4 color that I would choose. And now by Len saying, I wish my client would request cool stuff like that. Yeah. But whatever they come with, you just have to use all the art knowledge to make it fun for you. But yeah, it would be wonderful if they let you express more. But I love all kind of art. I don't just love crazy art. Like this to me is like crazy, colorful and all that. But I enjoy something like this too. See, I enjoy monotone, classy, demure. I like that too. And then I like goth. I like goth design too. Or I like sweet angel design, like a animate style, stuff like that. I love that too. I love everything. I also enjoy a basic pink and white set with lace, like white lace or floral shading on that. I like that too. Just whatever they come with. Like before, one of my crowd, they work at Hooters. So they could not have crazy now. They have to have pink and white. And boy, what we have fun with it. We have pink and white ombre, pink white tip, pink white ombre, V-tips, which is fabulous, and pink background with white lace. We are pushing that rule to the limit. Because they love crazy art. They just couldn't. They couldn't have it. So we take that rule that the manager put out for them and we bend that rule. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to start with blue first. This type of work is great for press on because you can take as much time as you need. Absolutely. Press on is really in these past few years, mainly because after COVID. And if people were to buy a luxury set, I would suggest press on because they can reuse it. You have to knock off excess dust when you apply pigment on. How do you do the lace in pink and white? So it's very simple. I just start out with a pink background, of course, a natural pink background, using blush. This is blush right here, and it's built for natural color of the nail bed. Blush sheer gel. It's in the shading gel category. And then I will top coat it, and then I will use art gels or texture gel to draw my lace, draw my flower. And then I will put acrylic on it to solidify it. And that's embossed lace background. That blue is beautiful. Thank you, Thai. It's time to start out about right here. Color this in. And then I will jump to here. I will color that in. Now I want to blend. So for a person that have heavy hand, what you need to do is take this and run the paper towel run the brush on the paper towel a few times, just like this. And that weaken out the color. So now when you go in, you can blend well, like this. And the ink on there, it will give you like a marble kind of vibe. See all the vein? You can see it still when you blend it through. That. That's why I blend directly on ink. I want to see all this little vein going on. And then I will stop and I will switch colors. So my next color will be pink. And you can take an empty container and you can apply some acetone in there. say you're my inspiration for many tech, so talented. Thank you, Lou. Clean that. Make sure that there's no gel underneath. Pour it in again. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now, I'm taking my brush. I'm dipping in acetone. And then make sure I clean this well. This brush is a dry brush. The drier it is, the better it is. Make sure it's really, really dry. And then I'm just going to just leave it here for it to dry. Within a minute, it would dry. So now I'm going to take in my new brush. And I'm putting in the pink. I'm working on it while I'm waiting for the other one to dry. Put this in here. Hi, Ari. Okay, this one, knock it off. See, people will ask me, Tino, isn't that knock off the color? No. Color still on there, especially loose colors. Now, if you use like press like this, if you knock too much, it might knock off all the colors. But when you use a loose powder like this is very potent, very strong. It's not going to knock off the color. It knock off the dust. So now when you go in, color doesn't shoot everywhere. So it's not as messy. I'm going into the blue, blend with the pink to make like a purple colors. And I find that sometimes tapping on ink is easier than wiping on ink. I just recently found that out, that it's easier by tapping. Because ink surface is way different than gel surface. Look at that. Look at that vein. The vein of the ink that will give you. Now, I'm switching to orange. Labori said, I love watching your video. You have such great hand for this. I wish I live in New York so you can do my nail. Oh, I don't live in New York. I live in like Missouri. Right now, I only teach people. If I do nail, I wouldn't have time to teach people. I'm going to take this, leave it here, and then get that brush that already dry and switch my colors. Yeah, I would love to do that. I miss the day when I do nail for my client. We have so much fun chit-chatting and gossiping. I miss all that, and I wish that I could do nails again. It's just that if I do nail again, then I cannot teach or making content. So only my client get a chance to experience my nail, but the whole world, they will miss out on that. And I sell all my product that I use to teach. I sell it at tinovo.shop. Hi, Press On Nails. Hi, Vanessa. Take this out, and I'm dipping my tangerine down here. Just a little bit of tangerine here. And then finish with yellow. Yellow is very close to tangerine. So if you want, you can just wipe up with a paper towel like this, with a dry paper towel, and go on with yellow. That is also an option if you move from like orange to yellow. But like if you just done blue and you jump to yellow, then that's different. The blue might make the yellow a little bit greenish if you still have a little blue left. So that if you want to dip clean it in acetone, you can. Hi, Sharon. Good morning from Australia. Dab this in. Dab this in. Okay. Now, you can be happy with that. If you want a little more colors, you can mat it on and then overlay it. And that is double layer pigment. Like, for example, if I were to put another layer of pigment on, this is done. Okay, this is done. Whatever white right here that you might want to fill in, you can, because that's ink on it. Wherever it stick, it stick. Wherever it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. So that's why we put it on color on raw ink, so we can see the ink. You can see how the ink marble and all that. You can see all the vein. Now let's say I want to throw another layer of color on. I can no longer use Pigment Base, because Pigment Base already have color. It can cover everything. So that is when I use Matted. So I'm going to use Matted, and Matted stick to pigments. Apply one layer on. When you apply matte over pigment, be light and gentle like this. The stroke is light. You don't tilt. You don't stand your brush too much. You tilt it, so it's almost laying down on the surface, and then you glide over it lightly. And if you go slow, it will be better for you. Because slow, it ensures that gel laying on the surface, so you don't have to apply it over and over and over again. Cure this. Only 5 seconds, so the color can be nice and vibrant. No, Abby. When I use the white to bloom, I cure that. And after everything is solid, that's when I use a white ink. It's on a dry layers. And then I put pigment directly on the ink. So after 5 seconds, I matte it. It's all nice and velvet. Remember, we only cure this for 5 seconds. So after we apply pigment, we have to continue curing, so it can have a proper cure. If we want, we can use a rainbow press pigment set. It's a different type of pigment than all the neon that we just used, so it's not same. And we can take this out. It's lightest. So if we want something bright, light and bright in the middle, we can use this instead of a rich color like neon. Now the color that I want to use will be Aqua, my favorite colors. Obviously, look at that hole right there. How much I use it. With this, you probably want to knock it up just a little bit. See, the color is almost come up. So just a little bit on the pressed pigments. I tap it in. So now that bright center become like an aqua. It's so beautiful. Look at that. I love how that color turned out. Thank you, Uñas by Jazz. And then right here, it can be aqua or it can be something else. Depends. It's up to you. Let's go with aqua still. And maybe a little pink right about here. Maybe a little pink right here. When it overlaid with yellow, it turned into like a coral. All nice and pretty. Okay, so that is how you do the cloudy galaxy background. I'm gonna go ahead and dust it and give it a 60-second cure. So that is how you do this background right here. Okay. Now you cure this. After that, we would do this part right here, the ocean, the sea. So we're gonna take Pigment Base and apply one coat all the way across, And then I'm going to put pigment on. Now, normally, before we do that, we will isolate pigment, so pigment doesn't stick on anywhere else onto the background. But we're not going to isolate pigment this time because it literally just a block right here on the bottom. We can dodge whatever it is going on top. We can surely dodge that. So we can skip that part on isolating pigments. We're going to apply Pigment Base directly onto the nails after it's cure. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out. It's done curing. Now I'm gonna take some Pigment Base and apply. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ria. Then I'm going to choose a brush that are proper for that. It will be an Emboss brush, a long brush. And since I'm doing these two now together at the seam, it will help if I put this tip right side by side with this. And then I can mark it to make sure that I am leveling with this. After I mark it, I put this down. And then I can draw. See that? Oh, happened a little accident. Can you see that? All level. Little accident with the swinging tips right here. Okay, let's go ahead and paint it down. Okay, now do not clean this with acetone because there's raw pigment on the surface. Just take like a dry brush, this is an angle brush, and just remove that, just slightly. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, after this we can cure. Let me finesse it just a little more before I cure. Alright, I'm ready to cure. 60 seconds. Thank you, VIP Nail by Becky. Okay, so the surface of the ocean is very simple. It basically have a layer of blue pigment, jade by a little layer of pink pigment, followed by tangerine all the way to the middle. Leave a little white to the middle for the highlight, and that's it. And by the way, when you blend, remember that from the top right here, you glide down the nail surface, you run lightly, and then you glide up just like this. Glide down, run, gliding up. And don't tilt your brush like this. This is not the way you apply pigment. Rather than leaving your brush lay down like that. And when I go teach, a lot of people, when I watch their motion, they don't do this. They do this. From up here, they going down, they run, and they stop. And then they go up here again, they going down, they run, and then they stop. So it's a smashing motion like that. Smashing, smashing. And that is not how you blend. How you blend is gliding instead of smashing. Gliding. So at home, that is how you can practice on your motion. Take this out, and I will also go back to my blue super pigment. Remember, take it out on a paper towels. And always knock up excess dust. Mekanta Koraskiat and Chogao. Thank you, registration on nails. Just like that. Going in, when I blend, if you don't want to blend up like this, cause blending up is awkward for me, then going down. Down is easy. And going to the right is easy for me, but going to the left is difficult. So I tilted my client hand like this when I work. So it's convenient for me. The angle is more preferable for me. So it's made me less stressful. And you go in your colors. And when I do this, if you're a beginner, I don't want you to do this. I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, when people do that, they don't see any color. So it's their nature to press, really hard press to have color. No, you don't do that. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might see nothing, but seeing nothing is great. Then seeing something, if you do one stroke and you see all the color, you're doing something wrong. That means the gel either too wet or your brush stroke is too strong. Your first stroke not supposed to have any color. Your second stroke not supposed to have any color neither. That is as an example of how light your hand is. You do 1, 2, 3, and if everything is okay, after about 10 strokes, you can increase your speed. See, when you increase your speed, you can see the color emerge faster. But you have to make sure your practice is slow first to ensure that your stroke is not horrid like this. Like if you stroke and it like that, that's wrong. That is not a good way to apply pigment at all. You have to be really light when you do that. And over time, when you pick up the speed, you will find that your color emerge much faster when you first start out. But now when it's emerged, it'll be so soft and light and airy just because you practice it slow first to ensure that every stroke is correct. So now you can pick up your speed. That's number 1. Number 2 is if you're just horrible at blending and your hand is too strong, it's okay. You take a piece of paper and you run to the paper towel a few times. And that helps reduce the amount of color on your brush. So now when you come back, even with a heavy hand, you're still able to wrestle this task. Because now your brush don't have a lot of colors. So it couldn't give you a rich layer of colors. All it give you is a nice blendy color. See how beautiful this is? Now, you're going to stop and you're going to change colors. My next one is pink. You're really a great teacher. Thank you, Becky. Again, pink, I will switch brush. So I'm going to take my brush with acetone. I'm going to wash my blue out. And then I'm taking a brush from my left hand and I squeeze out all the colors, all the acetone, so it can dry. I'm laying it down here so it can dry. And while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm going to take out a new brush. I have 2 so I can switch. Now, I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to add pink into it. Again, put it on the paper towels and smudge off the dust. Again, going in. See if I go slow. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Over here. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And don't worry about the blue. When you dust off, the blue still gonna be there. So don't worry about that. Wherever that is solid blue, it's gonna stay blue. Wherever that's 50% of blue, then it's gonna mix with the pinks. That's why you see this purple. Hi, Mama Vic. Hello. And I'm reducing the amount of pigment on my brush just slightly bit. Go back in, start from this corner. Gonna blend out. So when it go out of the blue, you're gonna start seeing the pink emerge. That's why you have to make sure the blue is beautiful before you switch to another color. If not, if it's tricky, most people think that when they put another color, it will somehow magically blend into it. No, if the blue is tricky, when you put on the pink, it will lock in. Then this will be a streaky blend. It's not gonna be a perfect blend for you. So now when I get over here, I am ready to switch to a tangerine. Make it into a sunset colors. And let's say if tangerine are close to pink, then I don't have to wipe it then. I don't have to wash it. I can just wipe it like this and then pick up my tangerine, because if a little bit of pink contaminate the tangerine, it's still gonna be tangerine because it's a cohesive color tone. It's not contrast. Now, if it's blue instead of pink, if I don't wash all the color off my brush, then that blue gonna contaminate the tangerine and gonna turn into a brown. Now that is tragic. So it depends on what color, you might want to deep wash it in acetone first. Start out here with your tangerine, blend it through. Same thing over here. So now you have the surface of the beach surface. So it's time for us to draw the dolphin. Now you have to know that the dolphin that you see in here, it has pigment on it too. Okay, it's full of pigment. So we cannot let the pigment of the dolphin sticking on the water, sticking on the sky. Cause the end of the dolphin, you see blue right here. If the blue sticking on the water, then the water right here will be brownish. It's not going to be pretty. So this entire background have to be isolated from pigment. That way pigment don't stick to it. So an ingredient that you use to isolate pigment will be 𝙤𝙧. You apply 1 coat of 𝙤𝙧 on, it will help the pigment not sticking to the background. So I'm going to lay it here and apply 1 coat of 𝙤𝙧. Let me organize my station a little bit. Okay. So I'm taking 𝙤𝙧. Abby say, if the brown accident happened with the pigment, will you wipe it clean and re-pigment base? Absolutely, Abby. If I don't put on 𝙤𝙧 and my color contaminate the background, it's game over. It means you have to settle for an ugly work or you have to start again. That way, you cannot forget these layers. Now, if you put on a dolphin with pigment base already, and then you figure out, oh God, I forgot to put shine it on. Before you apply pigment, you should apply shine it on to the dolphin and the background too. Everything covered and shine it. And then you trace the back dolphin back with pigment base. You can do that. Hear this. But if you already put pigment on, and you'd be like, oops, that's it. It's game over. So don't let your client know that it's game over. Just hold your composure and pretend like nothing happened with your client. They can look, but they wouldn't understand anything. It's layer art. They're not going to be able to see it. And if they ask you, say that brown's supposed to be there. It's a dolphin. When it jumps up from the water, it's drag mud with it. So it's still going to, it's meant to be there. Like this. Yeah, you can patch. Like Tara said, you can try to patch. I wouldn't patch. It just, I don't know. Meaning like white up the brown to have a little spot right here. And then maybe would mat it or whatever. And patch it. I probably would put pigment base or something. But no, whenever that happened, I just start over. It's a defeat. It's a sign of failure. So I want to remember it, forever. So I definitely would start over so I can remember it. Remember my mistake. Okay. So now I am going to draw another dolphin. You can make two dolphins the same, or you can make it contrasted. I think that I want to make this dolphin a little lower and slightly bigger. That's what I think. But before that, I will show you how to draw the dolphin. It's very simple. It started out as a teardrop. Teardrop is like this. Teardrop is big on top and then skinny in the bottom, or vice versa. So that's a teardrop. Ooh. Accidentally knock everything off and have paint on my nail and everything. Give me just a second. Let me clean this. Look at this. Okay. Okay. So from the teardrop, you want to curve it. Instead of straight down, you want to make it into a curve instead. So again, big in the bottom and small on top. So with your curved teardrop, at the end, you go in with a mouth. It means just a straight line. And don't place it right in the middle like that, but place it right near the end like this. So it can flow with the bottom too. That's a mouth. And you see this corner right here? You have to smooth it out. Like that. From here, you smooth it out. And then you add in a fin. So a fin, it have one curve and slightly curved. Another curve far away. And this curve way more than the first one. And then again, after that, you will want to level this out so it's smooth in the corner. This too, you want to smooth it out in the corner, and then you go ahead and color it in. So that's gonna be the fin, like this, really curved, and at the end, not too much of a curve. Okay, and then you draw this as a flappers, and then the tail is easy too. One curve here, one curve here, and an S clip, just like this. And remember that when it comes to tails, you see that corner right there, you have to smooth that out, smooth this out, and you are done. Just like this. One curve here, one curve here, an S clip, smooth this out, done. So let's draw the dolphin. And we are going to use Pigment Base to draw the dolphin. Your art is beautiful. Thank you, Fanda. Okay. And I'm going to use the Emboss Brush for that, or I might use a different brush. I might use a 7mm detail since it's going to be small. If you want to be cautious, you can use that. Okay. So with my 7mm details, I am going to soak into Pigment Base. And remember, Pigment Base is a gel that I use that adheres pigments. It ensures your pigment will be smooth. The surface will be dry enough for you that adheres pigments. And I'm going to start my dolphin about right here. Curve. Let's draw the tail first. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and draw the mouth. So now when you see all the detail break apart, it seems quite simple. It's just when you see the result, it's like, oh my God. Like if somebody were just to see the result without seeing the process, that'd be almost impossible to replicate. They'd be like, oh my God, how in the world am I going to replicate this? There is no way. But when you see the process, everything is minor. So it's nothing that are difficult at all. Everything is simple at the beginner level. Now, let's examine these two just to make sure. So one is lower. Okay. After this, we are going to put this into the light and cure this. See how easy the dolphin now? When people first see the dolphin, it looks very difficult, but if you really examine all the detail, it's all minor detail. It's all made up of teardrop and curve, just every basic simple stuff. Teardrop, curve, a split curve, and a line. That is all the detail to make up the dolphin, all the minor detail. There's no shape in here that are complex shape. They are like basic shape. And together it turns into this. Amy said, why it is white wipe? So this is Pigment Base. Pigment Base is just very special. You couldn't compare it to any other gel. It's not no wipe gel. It's not wipe gel. It's not tacky gel. It's just its own little creatures. And it's made specifically for pigment. Like when people take white polish and apply pigment on, it's cakey and muddy. That's why I have this made. That's to ensure that you can blend like airbrush to make it beautiful. So Pigment Base, you couldn't characterize that at any gel, any wipe gel or no wipe gel or tacky gel. It's beyond any of that. Now we're going to put on pigment, and remember that our background are secure. Pigment will not stick on our background because we already put shiny top coat on. So now the only thing that stick to pigment is the dolphin. Aries say, Tino, do you study something different before now? Many things beside language. I not art-wise. I study tailoring. It's an art of pattern, so I'm good at math. So I'm very good with tailoring. I look into architecture for a little amount of time. I study language. Language is one of my talent. I have a talent in language. I just really need to learn another one soon. Okay, so the pigment that I would choose will be blue and pink first, and then tangerine. Galaxia say, will you ever make a big bottle of pigment base? That's up to you guys. If you guys think that I should, you guys have to give me a good reason why, and then I will. Okay, because when it comes to big bottle, I only have sanded and matted because they are top coat and people use it every single day. So it's making sense to make a big one. I haven't made a Teflon matte big bottle yet. I don't know if it needed. I definitely will make a big bottle of art gel. Oh, could Abby say so? Is Abby ideas? Oh, Lord. All right, I will see what I can do. Okay. Now I'm going to blend. You want to avoid like this area because it's already bluish. You want to go in where it's not blue, like the pink area. You want to go in. And you want to brush on your dolphin just like this. Just like this. Just stay in one place. Don't just run like that. It will cover everything. Just stay in one place and do that. Galaxia say it take up less space than than to buy 1 dozen at a time for me. Galaxia, just the fact that you say you buy 1 dozen, I will put that in consideration. You have sold me in buying 1 dozen. I love when I travel to the warehouse and I see order that have like 10 or 20 of the same things. It makes me happy because that means they really, really love it. My most petrified moment is when our Teflon mat run low and I see 20 the bottle of Teflon mat. That petrified me a little bit. It terrified me just a little bit. I almost want to call them and say, we're running low. Is there any way? No, I would never do that. Okay, now I want to go in with pink. Yes, I would drink water, Lisa. Okay. Okay, now it's time to use pink. Isn't that nice to work without worry that pigment gonna stick to the background? I want Tangerine to be right here. Switching the Tangerine colors. Oh, Rose, I have to watch without sound today, but I'm still learning a lot of things. Will someone help her, please? Because she don't have sound. I wonder what she can do. Wipe this off. I love to be able to work with pigment. It's a power of makeup that I can use in the nails world, and it's actually make a big impact. Can you imagine do all this with gel? I would cry. If I have to blend these with gel, I wouldn't do this with gel. If it's an ombre, yes, I will, but not when it's like that. Because like this, you see the color are blending everywhere. That's not just, we're not talking about just two color blend like a pink and white, no. This blending, blend, everywhere is blend. If I have to use gel, I would just give up. It would be very devastating to have to use gel for these colors. Okay, I'm gonna put my pigment brush back. And I am going to take out something to detail with. And I would love to use 7mm to details. I want to put a highlight on the dolphin. As you can see here, you see that highlight all around it. It just gives it depth. So I'm gonna take out my art gels. I would love to take out one stroke liners. I have been holding back because we out of one stroke liner. It's almost arrived, so I'm just gonna use it. I couldn't help it anymore, and you see I'm out too. I'm waiting on it just like you guys does. I did not hold one stroke liners, but I will right after this. Chloe, you're really an inspiration. I hope all my fellow nail tech or master will be watching this with me. Thank you, Becky. Okay. So, with my 7mm details, I will go in and I will outline this. Use only the tip of your brush, so the detail can be nice and thin. So I shake a little bit and I realize I crossing my legs. Remember, when you design, don't cross your legs. There's one thing that I forgot. Here this. I forgot one thing. I forgot to draw the other fin right here. See that fin? It's overlapping it. I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that right now. Tara says my favorite pigment set ever. Thank you, Tara. Now I'm going to blend it. Hear this? I'm good. I do ramen. Danny is calling this set Space Dolphin. Okay, okay. Great name, Danny. I would never thought of that name. It is so complex. Wow. Where do you get the ideas? Space Dolphin. I would never able to think of a scenery that have a dolphin jumping and the space behind it, and I would never know the name Space Dolphin. Very complex. Oh, Tara says suggest Mirage in motion. Oh, Mirage in motion is too obvious. It's not as complex as Danny's Space Dolphin. Anyway, let's put pigment on this. Pink pigment will be what I put on. Okay, pink. Okay. Now, I can continue with my outline. Again. Ladisha say Galaxy Dolphin. Oh, another complexion of thought. I would never thought the cosmos scenery with dolphin will be named Galaxy Dolphin. Very good job. Okay. Now, some line work right here and some highlight right about here. Hear this. Okay. Okay, so next one, we are almost done with this. We have to talk about the shading inside the dolphin. The type of shading usually involve objects that in the sunset behind it, you see the darkness. This have to do with sheer black, but enable for you to do this, you have to go ahead and top coat this. I hate to top coat this, but I want to save as little layer as possible. But if you don't top coat this dolphin is full of pigment. It might give you an issue when you blend. I did it before without top coating, but it had to be very tricky. I don't want to do that. I just want to be safe. So I'm going to top coat the dolphin. But you see, this is raw pigment. You don't want to take an ombre brush and try to blend right on raw pigment. You might blend away a pigment. Ladisha said, I'm still in school now for 2 weeks. I start nail art. But I know it's gonna be nothing like your class It's not gonna be like my class, but whatever you can learn, that's extra for you. Now, since you're in class, I want to give you an advice. I'm gonna add shine it on just to block it, so I can go ahead and blend this. I want to give you an advice. When you're in school, you can learn art, because when you're in state board to examine your test, they're not gonna test your art skill. They're gonna test your sanitization skill, acrylic skill, stuff like that, polish. But they're not gonna test how you can paint a dolphin. They're not gonna test that. So you can learn all you want to about art, but do not learn acrylic from anywhere right now except for school. Because if you were to learn acrylic from anywhere right now, because the way we do acrylic outside of school is way different than the way they teach you. So why are you doing your stable exam? If they spot that you know something outside of school, like even if the way you do it is way better than the way they teach you, they will fail you right away, because they're afraid that you are operating before you finish school. That's what they're afraid of, and they will fail you. So now, only learn manicure, sanitation technique, and acrylic in school. Do not learn it from anywhere. For art, you can learn as much as possible for art. Cindy say, would there be a party tonight on TikTok? Maybe. Yesterday, you have done this set. I am so in love with this set. I have already made a videos. So, there might be a party. I have to think of what to do. I have you're welcome, Ladisha. Now, I need sheer black. I have an inspiration picture from Alexander McQueen from his new collection, and I am wondering if I can take that and make it into a nail set. Becky say, Galaxy say, what stable require acrylic now? Oh yeah, to pass your board exam, you need a manicure, you need a pedicure, and you need to do a set of acrylic. It can be a most horrible set you ever seen, and that's fine. Like in school, you don't have to make it pretty. It can be horrible. You just have to pass through all the step and sanitation properly. They're not looking for you to do a pretty job. They're looking for you to do it right. You have to do it right. You have to be on time. All the steps have to be right. Tropical Dolphin sound good. I like the name Tara give. Originally, I was thinking of Sunset Dolphin and not a complex thought, I guess. Sunset Dolphin. It's so obvious. Sheer black is what I'm going to use. Texas only require mani-pedi and sanitation. Oh, really? You know what? Last time I take a test, they bought, that is like 14 years ago. So you know what? They might change. Time might change. They might not require acrylic anymore. I don't know why, because a nail license does have to involve acrylic. That's pretty nice. If I don't require acrylic anymore, then that's easy breezy. Stable require electric as structural area. Okay, so maybe just in Texas. Chick Dolphin. Side chick Dolphin. She said. I like Danny name. Space Dolphin. Time to ombre this out. Target in the edge. Okay. Or since there's two dolphins, I can call it Summer Love. That'd be cute. Just like this. Now that's sheer black. Hear this. Galaxy say depend mistake. I guess I did mine 10 years ago. Yeah, I did mine a long time ago. I was so nervous the day I took the exam. I asked people that I asked people to do exam before, and they say you study every day, you study every single day, and the last week that you take exam, do not study. They say the last week just go eat and have fun, because if you have to study at the last moment, then you're not ready. They say the last week you go and have fun just to ease your nerves. So that's what I did. The last week I was very relaxed. I went to it briefly, but not as aggressive. And so I went in do the theory. Oh, it was so tense. After the theory, we go to eat. Everybody will sit there trying to study more, trying to practice. We just go out and eat and have fun. And then when we went back, we do the practice test. We pass. Right on. It was awesome. Okay. So now I'm gonna use shadow for this. Okay, I'm gonna use shadows because the dolphin get really deep in the middle and the tail and everything. So shadow is a little stronger than sheer black. Not as easy as blending with sheer black, but it's deeper. So that's what I'm gonna use next is shadows. Lisa say cosmic flippers. Du Gang say Tino da Fino. Oh my God. Oh, it's actually very catchy. Tino da Fino. Oh my God. It sounds like a drag name. If I'm a drag queen, I probably have that name. Tino da Fino. Okay, I'm gonna blend that out. I'm using an Emboss brush. You can blend with Emboss brush too, actually, if you're careful. Yeah, it's kind of, Ari, it's kind of look at the dolphin and Northern Light. Is it lighting or... Tara say, is it lighting or is it now more pastel than the other? Let me see. No, it is a little lighter than the other. I think I don't have that much orange tangerine on it at the other. So that's why it look not as bright at the others. That problem can be fixed very easy. I'll show you how to fix it soon. Okay. Now, put shadow right in the middle of this. Just like this. And you're going to blend that out lightly. Just like that. Now, if you want, you can switch to a 5mm blender. It will be slightly bit easier. Because 5mm blender is stiffer for you to blend with. It's not flexible like the Emboss brush. So you might find it a little bit easier to blend with. Like that. And then a little bit of shadow right here. In Spanish is 𝙖𝙬𝙧𝙧 and auroras borealis. Oh, that's good to know. What is 𝙬𝙧? I know delphins is dolphin and auroras borealis. Something dolphin in aurora borealis. What is 𝙬𝙧? Oh, sunset. That must be sunset. Señores Señores Delphines, Auroras Borealis, Aurora Borealis, Delphines. Dream up. Oh, Señores, it's dream up dolphin. Okay. Sueños, it's dream. Oh. Esa uña es mis sueños. Es mis sueños. Sueños. Mis sueños. Mis sueños es jugar con delfines. It's jugar is play, right? Jugar. Llegar. No, llegar is arrive. Jugar is plays. I say swim. Mis sueños estudiar más español. Es mis sueños. Es hablar más español. Okay, so now we're done with this. We're gonna add a little more tangerine on. That's right. One time I say that when I put it together, I seen that it's missing tangerine, missing more tangerine. So we can add more tangerine in there, just for it to match the scheme. How do we do that? Anybody can tell me how do I do that? That will be a quiz for you. For all the old timer in here. Show me how can I, if I want to add tangerine in, how will I do something like that? Habla bien, yo te enseño. Oh, sí, do me as señor. Sí, gracias, Ari. Gracias. Matt, good. Okay, Lisa, say Matt. That's a good right step. But Matt gonna cover everything. How can I put that without putting it on the dolphin? Lisa, will you care to enlighten me on that? Go over the dolphin with Matt. I know, but how do I not get the dolphin? How do I get the tangerine not on the dolphin? 'Cause my plan is to put the tangerine in the background behind the dolphin. Behind the dolphin. But you're on the right track. But tell me the next step. So after this, I'm going to cure for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Abby say little shanded, little pigment. You fail, Abby. You failed the homework. Try again. Only mat around the dolphin. I'm not doing that, Lisa. Are you insane? I'm not going to draw around the dolphin. That's crazy. Oh, jelly polish? No, we're dealing with pigment. Jelly polish will be a little more complex. Oh, it's such an easy tricks. You guys see me do that before. You have forgot. It's okay. You forgot that lesson just because I did only 1 or twice. So, let's just put the tangerine on, shall we? Okay, so that you see the sunset behind the dolphin is have tangerine. They have a lot of tangerine. So I'm gonna put that tangerine on. Abby say what that question I forgot. It was interrupt. Okay, what I want is the sunset, the orange to be behind the dolphin. How do I put it on without putting it on the dolphin? Because it's gonna cover the dolphin with tangerine, and I don't want tangerine to be on the dolphin. And since the dolphin is already in the way, because I should do that way before I draw the dolphin, but I didn't. I forgot. I didn't put enough. So how will I come about? Gosh, I'm gonna just do it. So the tangerine gonna be right here. See, I got it on the Dolphin. Only Teflon matte the Dolphin. No, Lisa, no. Easier, something easier. Teflon matte, no. I'm stump cut. I will have matte for 10 seconds. No, 5 seconds is fine. 5 seconds will make it richer. It's just that right now it's sticking on the Dolphin. You guys, help me out. I am in trouble here. It's sticking on the Dolphin. How will I? Yes, Tara. Yes. Yes, Cindy. Exactly. You just wipe it up like a French tips. Gosh. It is so easy. I hope you guys remember this because you guys have I have asked it and you guys have now starting to figure it out. So I hope you remember this. Block the Dolphin, which no, Abby, no, Tara, just tell you the answer. Yes, Lisa, yes. You wipe it off. Or more in a correct term, you brush it off. No, you don't isolate the Dolphin. It's too late to isolate the Dolphin. But you just simply wipe it off with a brush. It's that simple. It's okay. It's okay. I guess I just have to tell you maybe 10 more times before you remember. You should have asked Danny, Abby. He probably will provide you with the answers. Gosh, what were you thinking? Now they're cohesive. Now, I need acetone. Okay, this is one of the techniques that I have demonstrated once before using the negative flower effect. I have put pigment on and I use acetone and brush to carve out the pattern of the flower by just simply washing it. Okay. Yes, Tara, I haven't done this technique often. But see, you just wipe it off. That simple, easy breezy. Yes, you can block it with shine it, and like Lisa say, you can draw matte around the Dolphin, but that's too much work. That is not something we strive for. We strive for less work. It's not that it's not too much work. It's also not attractive. Like it might make the layer bulky and it might not be pretty in general. So now next time, if you forgot something like this, that is just a way to fix it. Easy breezy. No one will ever know. Now let's see. Look like everything is matching. So now, I am going to top coat this. I actually going to apply some yellow right here. I feel like it needs to be brighter with yellow. I put Aqua on. I don't think Aqua is make everything bright. So I'm putting on yellow just so it's bright. Thank you, Boss Regan. Okay, now shine it. I have to shine because I know people are waiting for shine. So I'm going to choose shine it. But remember, cure this for 60 seconds because we only flash cure that. after this, I will show you how to do this. This is very simple. While that waiting for Big Kia, I'm gonna clean my pigment brush. Just so later on I have to do more pigments. Thank you, Boss Weekend. Okay. Take it out and put shine on it. Okay. Yes, Sarah, that's very important. It show people how to be flexible, because yes, just pigment alone, but you know, certain things we just don't think of. Certain things we have to be flexible. Using very simple technique. It's not even a technique. It's just a way to deal with your issue, problems. So sometimes when people end up in a situation like that, and the client points it out for them, they froze, they get panicky and they get defensive. But now, as long as you know all the tricks in the books, you can counter it. You can fix it, no problem. Tino, which one you showing us now? So this is a sunset background playing with multiple layers of Fuchsia Ice and Winter Wonderland layer, like an Aurora gel. And then we will run Palmtrees. Lisa say it's like a fantasy ocean. Yeah. I grew up near the beach. It's always one of my favorite scenery is watching sunset. Okay, let's take our nails. Nail tips. First, we're gonna paint it all with Pigment Base. And then sometimes, you know, I just do it. My clients see it. They might see it. They might see it. The pigment stick on the dolphin. They might want to scold me. They might like, what are you gonna do about that pigment stick on the dolphin? You know, and I just ignore them. I just keep on working. And then when I wipe up the acetone, that's when they shut up. That's when they're like, oh. And then I was like, well, were you saying something to me? What were you talking about? I missed it. I was busy working. What is it that you want to point out? Okay. So Pigment Base. We're going to cure that and we're going to apply pigment on 3 colors. Blue, pink, tangerine, yellow last. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with blue. Let's take our blue. Knock up all excess dust. wipe the brush on the paper towel so it can weaken up your brush and come back and give a good blend. Now, let's do the pink. Okay, going in. Keep going all the way up. Blend it out. Switch to orange. Switch to yellow. Now, we're gonna put color on. Do we need to remove tacky layer before pigment application? Do we need now top coat over white base before pigment application? Nope, we don't need any of that. If you remove it, then you wouldn't be able to put on pigments. What you need is pigment base. Pigment base is something special that you can put on, and it will ensure that your pigment is nice and smooth. Before pigment base, I have to use white gel polish, and my pigment never that perfect. It's always muddy. So that's when we transform into Pigment Base. I have several gels that come close, but by far Pigment Base have ensured me smooth application. People try everything. People try to remove the tacky layers. People try to put on matte. People try everything, and they were never able to give you this result right here. This is a perfect result that can only be achieved with Pigment Base. It will keep the colors nice and bright. Now, I am going to apply a gel from my Magic Wonder collection. This is my Magic Wonder collection, and I am going to use Fuchsia Ice. That's one color that I'm going to use. I'm also going to use Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland, this is what it looked like. It is a gel for layer. This is what it looked like on white. This is what it looked like on black. My Fuchsia Ice, this is what it looked like on white. It's bluish. And on black, this is what it looked like. So, I am going to use Winter Wonderland near the blue and then Fuchsia Ice near the pink. But this is raw pigment. You probably do not want to put wet gel on and just brush it like this. It's very dangerous for your pigment. You can if you're fast and careful, but just to make sure, I am putting top coat on. Let's shine it on. just like this. Now you can cure this. 60-second cure. Okay, so after you apply shine it, that layer is well secure. It's no longer gonna mess up your pigment. That's when you can apply gels. I am going to put on Winter Wonderland first. Right in the bottoms, where the blue is at, one layer of Winter Wonderland. And I'm gonna use the pigment, the Ombre Brush, and lay it down and blend it out just like this. Stop, and cure. Yes, Tara, I remember. Okay. Jay said after it with Fuchsia Eye, it will be above the blue where the pink is at. You go ahead and put on just a little bit of Fuchsia Eye right around here. And then stop. Now blend it out. Just like this. And cure. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit of depth right in the bottom. Another one of our collection. Besides the Aurora gel, you will have also in the Magic Wonder collection, you have a few cat eyes, Silent Night, Frozen, and Ginger Snap. You also have 2 solid glitters, and that one I'm gonna use is Magic Midnight right here. And this color is a sparkle gels. And this is what it look like. And apply that right onto the tips. That's beautiful. And then I'm gonna blend it out right at the edge. Cure this. And we'll add Palmtree on it. Okay, with the Palmtree, I will use Black Art Gel. Black Art Gel, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna pick up a brush for that. That will be the Emboss Brush that I'm gonna use. Twirl it around and then stroke it out, make it slimmer. Okay, let's do a Palmtree. First one over here. One stroke down. Now, if you were to press, you will have a thick line. if you will only use the tip of your brush, you have a thin line. So to do a teardrop, you press and you slowly lift. Okay. And to do a leaf shape, you slowly lift and you press and then you lift again. So for that, I would use a leaf shape pattern for the palm tree. Slowly lift and press out, curve, slowly lift. Slowly lift and press out, curves, and slowly lift. Slowly lift and press, curve, and lift. Drag it out, press, curve, and lift. And we are going to do the details. So I'm switching brush to the 7mm detail brush. Lisa said the only cat eye I can even get to work for me. Yes, cat eye, people may not know, but the amount of metallic in cat eye, it depends. It depends on the person that make it, that put into it. Some are weak, some are strong. Just depend on the price that they willing to pay to have the material make and put in. The spark material in cat eye, the metallic, are expensive. And I pay extra. I make sure they put a lot in there. Especially the 3 cat eye in the Magic Wonder collection. For those that have it, will notice that the cat eye are so sensitive. Incredibly sensitive. More sensitive than any of my other one. Move like waters. Yeah, I got a lot of feedback on the cat eye in the Magic Wonder collection. See, I soak my brush first in art gel, the 7mm, and then I stroke it out so it's really thin. It don't have a lot of gel on, but it's wet. It's thin, but it's not dry. It's wet, so it can glide through this very easy, and your detail can be fine points because you already stroked out your brush, so it's not thick with gels. Hear this. After that, I am going to take some liners. It's sold out. It's sold out. You wouldn't be able to find it on the website now. It will write soon. It will be available soon. And for that, I am going along with a palm tree. You're welcome. Nail bite, 𝙑𝙑𝙏𝙧𝙧. You're welcome. Remember, when you do this, only use the tip of your brush. The more pressure you put on, the thicker the line is. You just have to use the tip of the brush and just run. And when people use the tip of their brush, some will tell me that their gel get run out so quick because the tip is so thin. And that's why I loaded the gel like I did right here. I rolled it side to side. I make sure all the bristle are spreading out, so your gel can absorb into the brush. And when it's packed with gels, I stroke it out so it's slim. So even if I use a tiny tip of the brush, you can see that my line right here are nice and smooth. Thin, but vivid. Nice and smooth line. See? Here. Okay. I will see that we reach into the end. And for today on TikTok, I have a look from Alexander McQueen Runway. It is a black satin background with floral pattern. I'm not quite sure if it's white or I think it's gold, which is even more pretty. But it's an embossed gold metallic daisy flower that are embossed on top of lace. I think it's really sexy. I want to try to remake it into a nail set. And I like the mask, the bedazzle mask. So that is my muse for today on TikTok. Top coat this. Cure this. Tino, do you teach one stroke? I never have a lesson that I teach only one stroke. I have designed that I teach one stroke before. Yes. Let me try to remember a specific lesson that I use one stroke on. So this is done. So that is how you do this set. Dragonfly lady say, will you get to see what you do on TikTok later? I don't use it. Yes, Dragonfly lady. Like this dolphin set right here that I'm teaching it. I already make a video out of that. But a week ago, I go on TikTok and I play around with it. And that's when I found it. I found this technique right here. So whatever I do on TikTok, I don't save TikTok live. You will see it eventually. You're not going to miss out on it. Okay, let me clean up everything, and TikTok will be in 10 minutes when I get out the live. I have to post this live on Instagram, and then I have to do some cleanup before I get onto TikTok. You're welcome, Dragonfly ladies. And for Instagram watcher, this live will be posted in about 5 minutes. When I get up the live right here, I will post it. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me for Instagram user. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be on. Sunday, I'm not going to be on. I will be on Monday. And for TikTok user, I'm going to see you in 10 minutes. Bye-bye, everyone. I will see you later. Have a good night. Nail by Macackler say TikTok is not available in India. Don't worry. whatever I do on TikTok, you will be able to see later on Instagram. You're not gonna, if you're an Instagram user, you're not missing out on anything. You're so sweet. I meet you in Premier Anaheim. Thank you, Chailu. Yes, you're welcome, McCullers. Have a good weekend, Cassie. Bye, Dragonfly Lady. Becky say what time on TikTok. After I end the live, it's about 10 minutes, and I get on TikTok right away. So right after this, about 10 minutes. By Ladisha. Bye, Ladisha. Okay, for Instagram, I will see you next week. And TikTok, I will see you in 10 minutes. Bye-bye, everyone. This live will be posted right away. Have a good day.